So I have some mind-blowing information when it comes to the worldwide outage that occurred today, July 19th. Now, it is not mind-blowing to me. It might be mind-blowing to many out there, but not to me, because I know just how evil this organization happens to be. I have spoken about this organization many times on this channel. I am going to go ahead and say it right now. This worldwide outage links directly back to the World Economic Forum. If you do not know by now, there was a major global IT outage which had ground flights, hit banks, and businesses around the world. Look at everything that has been going down in this one small week. We have the attempt on Donald Trump's life. We have Biden getting the C-19 and possibly stepping down any day now. We have what is going on at the New Madrid fault line. They are running simulations like crazy and preparing for an 8.4 magnitude earthquake to strike that fault line. And now we have this global IT outage. What is going on? When it comes to the global IT outage, news and media are stating the problem was caused by a defect found in a single content update for Windows from the cybersecurity company Crowdstrike. Ominous as hell name, but whatever. Here's what they know so far as of 1:32 p.m. Eastern Time. I am also recording around this time as well, so if anything updates, just know this is when I'm recording. But what they know so far, a major global IT outage is hitting industries across the world, with airlines, banks, shops, and broadcasters affected. Major U.S. airlines have grounded flights, and there are global delays. United, American, and Delta have ordered a global ground stop. Microsoft said it had fixed the issue, but problems still persist, and blue error screens are appearing on public screens across the United States and beyond. Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella released a statement Friday afternoon saying Crowdstrike released an update that began impacting IT systems globally. Nearly 4,300 flights have been canceled worldwide as of 12 p.m. Eastern Time due to the global outage. This equates to 3.9% of all scheduled flights globally. Even early voting for the primaries at certain locations were impacted. Go figure. Surgeries and doctor's appointments were canceled amid the global IT outage. Now, I don't know if this is a distraction or what this may be, but what I do know is that they are showing us how much we rely on the grid, how much we rely on technology. If there is one defect in one system, the whole thing comes tumbling down. One defect can affect your office visit with your doctor. It can affect how you vote, how you travel, getting food from the grocery store. Now, some of us may already know that, but it is still a scary reminder how much we rely on the grid. So then, with that being said, what exactly is Crowdstrike? Looking up Crowdstrike, you will come across a World Economic Forum article. Crowdstrike is a leading provider of next-generation endpoint protection, threat intelligence, and incident response services. Crowdstrike Falcon enables customers to prevent damage from targeted attacks, detect and attribute advanced malware and adversary activity in real time, effortlessly search all endpoints, reducing overall incident response time. Crowdstrike customers include some of the largest blue-chip companies in the financial services, energy, oil, and gas, telecommunications, retail, and technology sectors, along with some of the largest and most sophisticated government agencies worldwide. Wow. So Crowdstrike runs deep into the rabbit hole, but all we need to do is look at the very top, and the very top tells us the World Economic Forum. So it sounds like all these companies are connected to Crowdstrike, ultimately connected to the World Economic Forum. Well, of course they are, because Crowdstrike is connected to Windows, and we all pretty much use Windows. It's just not big businesses and the airlines this IT outage is impacting, oh no, but also personal computers. Very convenient timing. Like I said, with everything going on around the world, with Biden getting the C-19, with this thing happening at Trump's rally, with news and media constantly telling us there is a lot of misinformation floating around in this one small week, almost all of our computers are going down, with everything connecting directly back to, once again, the World Economic Forum. Ultimately, everything is just a glitch, bro. This glitch connects right back to one of the most evil organizations that says you will eat the bugs. You will not own anything and be happy. There will be a lot of angry people.
I don't know how it will play out in November, but what we know is that we will end up with many more unemployed, and particularly also people in the gray economy, which are not counted for, who lose their jobs. So we will see definitively a lot of anger already now, but probably increased by the end of the year, because this crisis will be with us until we really have found a remedy. So we have to prepare for a more angry world.
Well, they were right about one thing. Klaus Schwab was right about one thing. There is definitely a lot of angry people, and they scripted it to be so. Isn't it funny they had shown us something like this will go down in Barack Obama's movie, his Netflix movie, Leave the World Behind, where there is an attack on the grid, everything goes down, chaos breaks out. Funny enough, around that same time, towards the end, there is also a civil war. They have this one small glitch that can bring everything down, and this glitch is tied to something called Crowdstrike, and they can possibly use this to bring the grid down and blame it on a foreign country. Or if they want to flex their power for quite some time because a lot of misinformation, quote unquote misinformation as they label it anyway, happens to be floating around the internet about certain events, they can just go ahead and bring the grid down for a couple hours just to flex that power. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video with a speech from a one Klaus Schwab, the chairman of the World Economic Forum.
Our reliance on digital services and infrastructure has exponentially increased due to the unprecedented connectivity which we have established now. From the adoption of large-scale working from home arrangements to the use of cloud services, e-commerce, e-health, e-education. Many tech leaders have noted that within a couple of months we achieved such advancements in digital transformation that would have taken otherwise 2, maybe 3, maybe even more years. This paradigm shift to digital has made the role of cybersecurity as a global public good even more pronounced. We all know, but still pay insufficient attention to the frightening scenario of a comprehensive cyber attack, which would bring to a complete halt to the power supply, transportation, hospital services, our society as a whole. The COVID-19 crisis would be seen in this respect as a small disturbance in comparison to a major cyber attack. Our existing fragmented global architecture is not fit anymore for purpose in the 21st century. It's high time for a great reset. Change is not happening. We have a choice to stay passive and see the negative trends unravel. Inequality, polarization, nationalism, racism. If we do not stop those trends, will lead to a post-corona world that definitively is less sustainable, less equal, and much more fragile. On the other hand, we can instead use our time to reimagine our world and build a new social contract. We need a great reset that will shape a much more resilient system for the post-corona era.
So the cat's definitely out of the bag. Whoever owns the grid owns everything. And as you can see, the ones who are able to control the grid just happens to be the World Economic Forum. Just absolute craziness. Can this week just slow down a little bit? So much has gone on in this small little week. A lot has been planned, a lot has been scripted, and all I can say is, can it just slow down just a little bit so we can catch up? So I do have another video coming out. Hopefully I can release it either later tonight or tomorrow that takes a more in-depth look at what happened at Trump's rally, and I do have some new information behind that as well. So in any case, thank you so much for watching. If you like this channel and you want to see more, please subscribe. If you're already subscribed, please like, as any engagement does help the channel grow. Once again, thank you so much for your support.